Hi guys, it's Danielle and welcome back to your Thursdays on Chaos. So this week's theme is favourites and I really didn't know what to do, but then I remembered Marvel. And I know Chris did one yesterday, but he did films and I'm going to do characters. And I really didn't realise how difficult this was going to be. But I originally made my list and then I had Chris like go through the films because he listed the films on his phone before like organising his top favourites. And he was listing off characters and the amount of people that started on my list dropped off the list, other people came on, they dropped off, and it's just, oh, this was hard. So I'm gonna say that this is my list. It's not just superheroes, my favourite superheroes, it is my favourite Marvel characters, and in this I have included TV shows too. Now I've not seen them all, there's a lot of them I'm not. I have only seen the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but me and Chris have started, like, I think it's chronologically that order. So there is a lot of TV shows that I have not seen, and this list will probably change as I go on and watch more TV shows and more of the seasons. But of course, this is just my favourite characters. I'd love to know yours. If you put it in the comments below, I will read those. I'd like to see your orders. But let's start. We're going to start with number 10. In 10th place is Black Panther. Black Panther was not originally on my list until like someone else was in 10th spot, and then as we went through I said Black Panther and I was like, oh my god, he's not even on my list. And it was a hard choice of who to drop off and who to put where, and then the list changed around and then Black Panther, he made it to 10th. And if I was not including TV shows in this, Black Panther would probably have been much higher, but he is in 10th place. In 9th place is Okoye. I don't know if that's how you say your name, but it's Okoye. She started off higher and then other people were mentioning that. I was like, oh my god, no, they have to be higher and she needs to be. I think she was roughly like 6th or 7th originally. But I love her, she is a badass bitch, she is sassy, and honestly you can't watch like Black Panther and the Avengers films without thinking, oh, she is cool. I'm not sure if it's because I watched The Walking Dead and she plays Michonne, but all round Okoye is number 9. In 8th place is Daredevil. I don't think he was originally on my list. I knew I liked Daredevil. Obviously, how can you not? Since we've started watching it in order, like start to finish, I wasn't really excited to watch the Netflix series again. Like I really enjoyed all of them. Like literally anytime there's a new season I have to watch them. Me and Chris have to watch them. But I don't know what it was. I was like, we'll do it because we're doing it in order. But since we were on season 1 again, like I'm like, I can't believe I didn't want to rewatch this. And we're watching it and I'm realizing he's that badass bitch again. And the scenes, like if you've watched it, the hallway scene in the first season where he's jumping from like room to room beating people up, and I can't wait to get onto the newer season when he's escaping the prison like the exact same way. It's just, I love Daredevil. 7th place is Thor. What the fuck was that? I don't know what it is. I do like Thor. Obviously, he made it in my top 10. I loved the first one because he was like so arrogant. It was about him being arrogant and he loses all his powers and he has to become worthy again. But I don't know. I feel like after that for me, he just kind of drops off my radar. He only really came back on my radar when Ragnarok happened. And then we saw what they did to him in Endgame. But I do love Thor. There's just something about him. I don't know what it is. Just pretty much a badass, isn't he? I think that's what it is. 6th place. Oh my god. Oh my, somebody needs to make them stop. 6th place is Ant-Man. I really struggled. 6th place is Ant-Man. I preferred the first film over the second one, mainly because I think he was not your typical hero. Like literally, he was a thief. He was just the complete opposite of everyone. And I think that's what makes it so good. And he's just like the #1 fan for Captain America when you watch him in like Civil War and shit. He's just like, Cap, hi, what up, hey Cap, nice ass Cap. And I think that's what it is. He's just like a big fan, pretty much, and then he is not your typical hero. Number 5, and I think a lot of people are gonna be really shocked with this, mainly because they probably think he would be higher, because I know Chris would put him number 1 straight away, but it is Spider-Man. Chris is like a major Spider-Man guy. Like he loves Tom Holland, he loves Spider-Man, just the character itself. And when he had a trouble helping me with this list, because he'd be like, no, Spider-Man should be number 1. Nope, should be higher. And I was like, no, this is my list, help me. I don't want to start no arguments, but for me, Tom Holland's Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man so far. Don't fight me on this. I think he's just perfected Spider-Man and Peter Parker. They're like the different people. Peter Parker is your nerdy, quirky guy, and then Spider-Man's more confident, and he's just perfected it. Like, I think Tobey Maguire had the nerdy side, Peter Parker down. And then I think Andrew Garfield had the Spider-Man, really confident guy down. But Tom Holland has mastered them both. Number 4, Groot, because Groot could not like be on this list. It's not just because he's cute, because in Guardians 1 he sacrificed himself. He is the team player. And then obviously Guardians 2, he's this sweet adorable little tree who's trying to do everything correctly. He's got a bit of anger issues, but in the end he saved everyone again, apart from Yondu. Yondu sacrificed himself. You know, he got the bomb in place, he hit the right button, he saved everyone again. He saved everyone twice. He's underrated for that reason. Everyone loves him because he's cute, but he's a team player and he saves people. Number 3 is Iron Man. Now, if I had not seen TV shows, he would have been my number 1 for sure, because he is my fave and always will be, the one and only Iron Man. He had the biggest journey and character development. We all saw how he started. He was this asshole. He wanted the attention and blah blah blah. He wanted the girls. And then Pepper just swooped in and changed him completely. But he had the biggest character development. He started one place and in the end he was a completely different person. He was changed. Now if you've not watched Endgame, then I'm sorry, just ignore this part, it's a spoiler, but you should have seen it by now. And if you've not, you're asking for spoilers. I did not want him to die. I don't think anybody wanted him to die. I was ready for Cap to die. But that did not happen, and I sat there in that cinema like, I was speechless. Don't want to talk about it. But if the TV shows were not involved, he would be my number 1 for sure. Now the second is The Punisher, Frank Castle. Like, oh my, I love those shows. Like that first season, him in Daredevil, and then the second season, I just love this guy. Love his interactions with Daredevil. Daredevil's trying to not kill people, and then he's over here trying to kill people, and there's just the whole thing where he's like Daredevil saves Frank, he gets him out of whatever it was, and not only is he trying to fight off the guys, he's trying to like stop Frank from killing people as well. You know, he'd be like knocking the gun out of him, like no. Frank Castle is just a badass. I cannot imagine anyone else playing the Punisher other than Jon Bernthal now. I think that's how you say his last name, I don't know. He is just perfect. I just love the Punisher. Like when he was in Daredevil, I was really like, I didn't like Elektra, and I wanted more Punisher rather than more Elektra, and I was mad because she was taking up screen time that could have been with the Punisher. If you have not seen the Punisher, you need to watch it, but if you're not into like gory stuff, then there are some scenes that you might not want to watch. Now before I say my top spot, number 1, I'm gonna give 5 honorable mentions that I wanted on the list but didn't quite make the list. So here we go. Number 5 for honorable mention is Claire Temple. If you have not seen the Netflix shows, you might not know who she is, but that bitch be out here saving everyone and patching everybody up. She is like the Nick Fury of the Netflix shows. Every time she pops up, I'm like, my girl Claire, here again, helping people. I just love her, and I can't even remember, there was something she wasn't in. One of the shows she wasn't in, and I was like, what the heck? Where is my girl Claire? She is my number 5. My 4th honorable mention is Gamora. I needed her there. She did not deserve what happened to her in Infinity War, but I have a feeling, I think we all have that feeling that she's coming back in Guardians 3. Number 3, my third honorable mention is Luke Cage. Love it. Love him. You know, this guy is just walking around trying to do his thing, and then people are getting into trouble and he has to help, and they still just shoot at him and he's like, go ahead then. You know, there's that scene, I think it's in season 2, where they just shoot at him and he's like, really? And they're like, you know, we had to make it look like we tried. He is number 3. And then my second place honorable mention is Cap. Now you might be surprised that he's not on the list, or you might have been expecting him to be number 1. No, my reasoning for this, please do not hate me, is I don't know, I didn't find him that exciting. Like, yeah, in Winter Soldier, he became more, he was more badass. But the only time, like, of course I liked him, but the only time, like, I really enjoyed him was Endgame. You know? He'd grown, he'd become a new person, and I just found his interactions in that film funny. Like, when he was fighting himself and he was like, I can do this all day, and he's like, I know. The whole elevator lift scene, and he's like, Hail Hydra. Like, I enjoyed him more in that film than I had in any other. And that's just my reasoning. You know, he is a badass no matter what, we all know that. And then my top spot honorable mention is Son of Call, AC, Phil Coulson. He originally was on my list, but I realized others deserve the spot. The thing is, I loved Son of Call. I'm sorry, I call him Son of Call. I already have because of, you know, the whole Thor thing. I can't get out of it. I've always loved him before I even started watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I'm only on season 1, so no spoilers please. In the films I always loved him, and then, you know, when the incident happened, I was heartbroken. He was my guy. He started off on my list, but then he made it to honorable mentions because he was worthy of it, okay? He knocked Nick Fury out there for me. It was Nick Fury and I was like, no, 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 Son of Call. Okay, so my favorite Marvel character of all time so far is Peggy Carter. She's actually like wrote here as Peg. I don't know what it is, but I love her. It's like, I really didn't remember her much in the first Captain America. I knew of her, and then we rewatched it and I was like, I like this girl. And then we watched Agent Carter and oh my god, she is a badass bitch. I love her. She deserves better than the way she's treated. In the Endgame, when she got that dance with Cap, I was emotional. Like, I knew she was badass from Captain America because, you know, she's not an agent for no reason. But then I watched it and then moves, the way the girl handles shit, I just love her. I saw her before the dance in Endgame. I was like, there she is, my girl. I was gonna be so mad if they did not go and see her. Like, we knew time travel was in it, and then the trailers dropped the hints with the picture of her, and I was like, we have to see Peggy. Like, there's no way we're not. If I had gone back in time and not somehow slipped in seeing Peggy Carter, I'd have been pissed. If you have not seen Agent Carter, then you need to watch it, because that girl, she got some moves. But that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your top 10 Marvel characters in the comments below. I'd like to read that, see what other people's reasonings are. But that is it. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment, like, and subscribe. And all my social medias are in the down bar below. Bye.